Hi everybody, this is my third attempt at a video for you, so we will see how it goes. I wanted to give you a little intro video of how to access our class and just some important things for you to know. I'm about to give up, but I thought maybe the third time would be the charm, so we will see how it goes. Hopefully you've all been here before. This is the Great Bay homepage. And from here to access all the online resources, including our class, you're going to click on Current Students in the upper right-hand corner. If you haven't been to this page before, I would encourage you to take a look around at everything that is here. There is just a ton of useful information here and links to do all kinds of things that can help you during your time at Great Bay. Also, all of the college services are here, the Advising Center, the Center for Academic Planning and Support, or CAPS. You'll hear me talk about them a lot, and the library. Even though we are fully remote this semester, all of these people are still here to help you and still working, and everything is kind of still operational. So make sure that you check all that out if you have not done that yet. We are going to click on online resources, and this is going to bring us to where we can log in and access our Canvas page. Again, if you have not looked through these things and you don't know what these are, make sure that you do that. If you do have questions about them, I am glad to answer those. So we're going to click on Canvas. And when you log in with your easy login username and password, which I'm going to do now, and you have one as well, yours would be a little different. Yours is going to be your first initial, your last name, and 3 numbers, and then whatever password you have set up. And when I do that, I'm brought to what's called my dashboard, and this has links to every course that I am involved in, and yours will as well. And so I'm now going to click on our course, which is FYE 101. Okay, so once I'm brought here, I'm going to do something real quickly that you don't have, and that is click on Student View, and that's just so we know that we're both looking at the same thing. Excuse me, that allows me to see exactly what you're seeing to make sure that we're on the same page. So here at the top is some important information that you'll want to review. Our syllabus is here. That's just a kind of an outline of where we're going in the course, as well as some policy information. My contact information is there. If you need to get a hold of me, it's right on the first page. I have my college email, of course, and then I also work at Lakes Region Community College and have a work cell phone through them. So you're very welcome to call or text that as well. This I'm going to pull up and show you because this is important for you to know. This is course policies and deadlines. Let me see if I can make it a little bigger without having to download it. So I have highlighted for you here the deadlines that apply to our class. So this is a second 8-week class or second half course, and there are some deadlines that you would want to pay attention to. The first one is the deadline to drop the class and get your money back. Now, I hope that no one drops. I hope that you all stick with me, but if you find that you need to drop the course, I hope that you do it in time to get a refund. And the deadline to do that is only a week from now on Monday, November 2nd. The next one to pay attention to is the deadline to drop without a hit to your GPA. So this is to drop with a W. And a W grade is neutral for the purposes of your GPA. It doesn't hurt you at all. Okay, and the deadline to do that is November 25th. So if we get, that's a little more than halfway, I think, maybe about halfway. I'm not sure. I think it's about halfway. So if you get to this point and you just are like, you know what, I'm too far behind, this is too much, I need to let something go, I totally understand that. If that's the case, make sure you drop by this date so that you don't get a grade that impacts your GPA. Okay, so all of these dates also apply to any other second half courses that you might be taking. One more deadline on this sheet that isn't for our class, but that I want you to pay attention to, has to do with these full term classes. So full term classes are the majority of what people take, and those are the classes that started the last week of August, first week of September. Okay. So you would be about halfway through those classes at this point. And the one that I want you to pay attention to for those is this one right here, Thursday, November 5th, and that's coming up. So Thursday, November 5th is the deadline to drop a full term class with a W grade. So if you have a class right now that you've been in since August or September, the beginning of September, and you feel like you're at the point of no return, talk to your instructor, of course, about your options. But then if you're considering withdrawing from the class, make sure that you do it by November 5th, and that way you can get a W grade instead of, maybe a failing grade. So 2 other caveats on that. First, talk to advising before you withdraw. If you don't know who your advisor is, I can help you with that. Second of all, if you're receiving financial aid, please talk to financial aid before you decide to drop a class. There are minimum credit requirements depending on the kind of financial aid that you get that you have to maintain. Dropping a class can really mess up your finances if you don't plan the right way. So make sure that you talk to financial aid. It doesn't mean you can't do it. It just means that you want to have all the information. So if you're receiving financial aid and you need to drop something, make sure you talk to them first. Okay? That was a little sidebar, but sometimes people don't realize that, especially in the beginning. We don't want you to get any surprises when it comes to your finances. Okay, so the next thing I want to point out to you are the discussion board guidelines for FYE. This is something that trips a lot of people up, and I'm going to tell you exactly what it is that students lose points on. So the discussion board is not hard. It's not I'm trying to think of the right words. It's not academically rigorous, okay? I'm not asking you super intense, difficult questions like you'd be asked in an anatomy class or something, okay? I'm asking you to watch a video, do a reading, something like that, think about a course topic, and give me some thoughtful feedback and some thoughtful opinions about it, okay? The place that people mess up is not because it's hard, it's because of this part, okay? There are 2 postings required. That's going to require you to log in 2 separate times at least, so that's going to mean some time management on your part, okay? And you're going to do an initial posting to what I put up there by 11:59 on Saturday, and then 2 or more replies to other people by 11:59 on Monday. Are you welcome to do more than that? Of course you are. Okay, the reason I have it spaced out like this is because we're trying to replicate a face-to-face environment as best we can. Obviously, we can't do that, but I'd like to have enough back and forth in our discussions to get to some depth and to get into these topics and not just touch on them. Okay, and that requires us to give it more than one go around during the week. So this is where people mess it up. So just plan ahead a little bit. This first deadline, by the way, used to be earlier. And then I had a student say to me, I work Monday through Friday. I go to school Monday through Friday. Would it be possible to do it on a Saturday? Because that would really help out with my schedule. And I said, sure, of course, that makes sense. So, if you have things like that, I'm happy to kind of try to find something that works for most of us. But then within this, you're definitely responsible to adhere to these different deadlines. So for scheduling in general, by the way, you saw this in the introductory email that I sent out yesterday. Our weeks are going to run from Tuesday through Monday, with your assignments being due on Monday night. I know that that's a little unusual, but again, that's in response to student feedback and students saying, it'd be a lot easier to manage all of my work if I had a weekend in the middle. And that, to me, seems really reasonable. So that's how we are going to do it, Tuesday through Monday. Okay? So I'll let you take a look at these. One other thing that I want to point out is that I do accept late work in general in this class. The exception to that is the discussion board. Because the discussion board is designed to be a back and forth with all of us, it doesn't help us at all if you chime in a week late. Okay, so the discussion boards are not going to be accepted late. They're not going to be able to be made up. And they are going to be set to close at the end of that scheduling period. Okay, so for example, our opening discussion this week is due on Monday night, November 2nd. So, that stroke of midnight, that closes, and that's the end of when you can submit to that. Okay? And again, I know I'm kind of beating it hard, but I hate seeing people lose points on something that's not even necessarily difficult just because you didn't plan the best way. So discussions are accessible either right here in the section or module itself, or also on the side here under discussions. Either one will bring you to the same place. I do have two other ones over here that are optional. One is for any questions, concerns, or issues you're having with the class. I know that teachers say it all the time, but if you're having it, someone else probably is too. So definitely feel free to post something here. Obviously, if it's something more specific to you, you're always welcome to reach out to me as well. Okay? And then this one is happy stuff. I don't know about you guys, but I struggle in the fall, even when we don't have COVID. I just don't do well when the days get short and it starts to get dark and it's raining and gross all the time. I just really start to not feel happy. So I have put this here. Tell me something good that happened to you during the week. Tell me something good about what's going on in your life. Show me pictures of your fur babies. Show me your kids in their Halloween costumes. Jokes, PG rated or so. I mean, I don't care what it is, just something that just makes you happy. And we all could use a little bit of that. So this is optional, but I've had some fun with this in previous classes, and I hope that you'll decide to participate. Okay, so now we get to our actual module that is this week. So I've put the dates right here, 10/26, which is today, through 11/2. And then this is just kind of what you're going to work through in the order that it's here. One helpful piece of information for this class or any online class is that you only have to produce something when the assignment or the thing here on Canvas, the piece on Canvas, has points attached to it. So all of this is information that you're going to be responsible for. All of these are things you're going to want to look through, read through, watch the video, or whatever. But the only pieces that you have to submit something for are the pieces that have points. So that's the discussion, your career coach results, and the video here will show you how to do this. Your career exploration worksheet, which again, that's this, right? So this part, you just download it so you have the worksheet. This part is where you put it in, where it says the points, okay? And then your reflection has points. So if you get kind of confused with all the different pieces, I know that it looks like a lot. That's because I have all the pieces of it listed out separately. The only things that you have to do are the things that, as far as like create something to give back to me, are the pieces with the points. Okay, these two are kind of two different ways of doing the same thing. They both give you instructions for the Career Coach assignment. Career Coach is a career assessment tool that we have at Great Bay. It's free. It matches you with potential careers based on your interests, and we do a lot of work with this here in FYE. So make sure that you follow the instructions. If you want written instructions, I have them here. If you prefer to watch how to do it with a screen recording of like, this is how you sign up for an account, take the assessment, download what you need to submit, then I have the video here. One thing to note is that this video is from a previous course section, so it does make mention a couple times of Zoom meetings. Please don't let that throw you off. There are no required Zoom meetings for this class. If you need to meet with me ever, I'm happy to do that, but there are no required meetings for the class, even though this video does mention them. Again, it's from a previous section. Okay, so please don't get thrown off by that piece. All right, so you're going to work your way through these things. I'm going to show you, in case you've never submitted on Canvas before, I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's take a look at this reflection. So this is going to be your first reflection. It's like a reflective essay that's going to be due on November 2nd. I'm going to click here and it's going to bring me the document. So I'll open that up so you can take a look at it. I think. There we go. And it's just going to ask you some questions about the career coach assessment that you did and how you felt about your results. One thing to note in here is that each of these questions has several parts to it. So please make sure to get full credit that you are answering every part of every question. Okay, and those things are listed down here. Okay, the expectations are listed down here. So please make sure that you hit the length requirement, that you do the formatting the correct way, make sure that you answer every part of each question. But it can be, this is like a journal kind of an assignment. It's fairly informal. You shouldn't have to like cite any sources or anything like that. It's just your thoughts about what we're doing in class and kind of your reflection on the whole process. Okay, so this is the assignment. Once you have that, you will, and once you're ready, you can either type into the document or you can type a separate document, doesn't matter. You're going to click Submit Assignment. And then once you do that, it's going to ask you how you want to submit. You can either submit a file upload, so if that's the case, you would choose that on your computer, or you can submit a text entry. You can click on this box and you can type your answer, your paper, right there into that box. Okay, when you're done, you're going to click Submit Assignment. And that's all there is to it. Okay? Just wanted to make sure if you haven't submitted on Canvas before, that is how you would do that. All right, so I'm going to actually leave it here. I don't want to go overboard. I know that you can read things for yourself. I'm not sure, with it being a second half class, I would think most of you have had some of this before, but if you haven't, that's okay. You're definitely in the right place to get started, and I'm glad to help you in any way that I can. I just don't want to take the time to drone through things that you can read for yourself. So please let me know how I can help you. You're welcome to email me. Again, call or text that work cell number. That's fine. I'm on email pretty much constantly because of working at 2 different schools. So I'm very available. I'm happy to help you. I worked at Great Bay for many years before I moved to Lakes Region, so I know it very, very well, and I'm glad to connect you with anything that you might need. So please be proactive. Please communicate. Let me know what you need and how I can help you, and I'm excited to get to know you all. Welcome to the class.